Hello everyone, we are grade 7s from Hanoi International School in Vietnam. Today we are going to present and talk about the Mississippi River in the state.
Mississippi River is known as fourth longest river in the world. It is about 2,320 miles long. Mississippi River goes through 10 states. It goes to Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana.
There's only 260 fish species in the Mississippi River, 326 species of birds, and 50 species of mammals, 145 species of amphibians and reptiles. There's much less species than other rivers. Catfish, walleye, and sauter is mostly known in the fish species.
During the American Civil War, the river played a pivotal role as a route for trade and travel. The Union basically took over the Mississippi, virtually splitting the Confederate territory in two, while also controlling the South's main artery of transport. The Mississippi River means the father of waters, provided water and food to villagers on the Mississippi.
The Mississippi brings many benefits to its valley, but it also brings destructive floods, especially in spring and winter. Since 1928, the number and severity of floods have been reduced by a large-scale federal flood control program that includes dredging and strengthening the channel and the building of levees, spillways, and reservoirs. Despite this flood control program, torrential rains in 1993 resulted in huge floods throughout most of the upper Mississippi Valley, causing billions of dollars worth of damage.
Communities up and down the river use the Mississippi to obtain fresh water and to discharge their industrial and multiple waste. We don't have good figures on water use for the whole Mississippi River basin, but we have some clues. Close to 15 million people rely on the Mississippi River or its tributaries in just the upper half of the basin. A frequently cited figure of 18 million people using the Mississippi River watershed for water supply comes from a 1982 study by the Upper Mississippi River Basin Committee. The Environmental Protection Agency simply says that more than 50 cities rely on the Mississippi for daily water supply.
The pollution of the Mississippi is fascinating. It takes $3.2 million to clean Mississippi River in a year. Second polluted river in the USA. More than 12.7 million pounds of toxic chemicals were dumped into Mississippi River in 2010, according to a report released today by the advocacy group Environment Missouri. Minnesota Pollution Control Agency is trying to make the water of the river swimmable and fishable. It will take years and years to get to the goal.
Hydropower is the nation's largest renewable energy source for electricity generation. About 2,500 dams provide 78 gigawatts of conventional hydropower in the United States, but there are more than 80,000 dams that do not produce electricity, according to a 2012 report from the Department of Energy. The Mississippi River is one of the rivers that needs the most hydropower because the pollution is very bad. Now there are more than 74 pre-application proposals of hydrokinetic energy projects in the southern Mississippi. There are 4 stakeholders: scientists, government, farmer, and fisher. Those are the 4 stakeholders that we chose. Each stakeholder has a goal, but all of them has an overall goal towards the Mississippi River. There are short and long terms to each stakeholder. Now we welcome the fisherman that has lived by the Mississippi River for more than a decade. He has a lot of experience, but he'll just make a summary of what he does.
Hello, I'm Hyuk-in, and I am a fisherman nearby the Mississippi River. To me, the Mississippi River is very important because it gives me fish for food and water for our family. There are about 260 fish species in Mississippi River. For example, there are catfish, white bass, walleye, and lake sturgeon, and other fishes. I sell fishes to earn monies for our family. Usually I ride a boat and catch fishes with fishing rod, but I use fishing net also.
What an interesting story, Farmer Hyuk-in. I enjoyed it. Would like to try having a role like you someday. It sounds fun being a fisherman. We have another important guest that we met by the road along the Mississippi River, and his name, Mr. Lee. Please welcome him.
Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Lee. I am a farmer nearby Mississippi River. Mississippi River is very useful to me because I can use water for my crops and animals. I usually go wheat for crops, like there's no special reason for growing wheat, but I work really hard for selling and feeding my family.
As you can see, the farmer has a massive job to himself and his life is quite fascinating. Now, because we invited 4 people to interview, the scientist called Dr. Ji-yoon is going to tell you how she feels and thinks about the Mississippi River.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ji-yoon and I'm a scientist. I'm going to tell you what I think about the Mississippi River. As you can see, there's not much species in the Mississippi River. Scientists are trying to discover the new species. Also, we are trying to find a good way to stop the flood and make the peoples who live near the river safe. It will take a long time to find a way that doesn't have large disadvantages, but we are trying our best. As we check the cleanliness of the water, the amount of the chemical in the water is getting bigger. We need to find a way to make river, people, and species safe.
Thank you, Dr. Ji-yoon. We learned a lot. We will now know that we should be more careful when we are near to the Mississippi River. And now, we invited someone from the government, and she is very talkative. Please welcome the government.
Hello everyone, I'm glad that I'm here today. I check on people and many times they do suffer, but as a job of the government, we have the role to be responsible on what's happening every day and on. I think that the Mississippi is a beautiful river and very clean. In my mind now, I could think of many positives and negatives, but I'll only say a few. The negatives are that many people throw trash in the Mississippi River, and it takes more than $3 million to clean up the river. By that much money, we could use it for building and repairing dams, bridges, and more. So now we encourage the villagers to stop throwing trash everywhere around the Mississippi River. We, as government, will try to make the villagers happier by the river. So that's it for today, and I hope to see you again. Goodbye, everyone.
We think that the Mississippi River is a beautiful river and contains the lifeblood for villagers. This means that villagers have a life by the river. The Mississippi affects scientists, governments, fishers, and more. Now it's the end, and we thank you for watching our documentary. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and see you next time.